Good morning. I'm Jen Amos at Weiss Research.
I'm Andy Myers, and this is your morning market update for Tuesday, April 26th. It's another huge day for corporate earnings, and the results are largely positive, sending stocks modestly higher in early trading. But the biggest name among this morning's releases is disappointing investors. Coca-Cola reported first quarter profit and sales that missed Wall Street estimates, sending the stock down 2% in early trading. On the other hand, Ford Motor is among the day's stock winners, rising 2.5%. It sped past expectations with $2.6 billion in first quarter earnings. But Ford said its results may not be as strong going forward because of higher commodity costs and lower profit at its Ford credit unit.
Another big winner this morning is 3M, which makes everything from Scotch tape and Post-it notes to furnace filters and power lines. The company topped estimates with a 16% increase in first quarter profit and raised its earnings estimate for the full year. 3M credited strong sales of new products and growth in emerging markets. Meanwhile, shares of UPS are gaining 1.5%. The shipping giant said net income climbed 66% on higher international volume and better operating margins, even though revenue growth wasn't as strong as analysts expected. UPS also boosted its full-year earnings estimate. And we have a couple reports from the airline industry. Delta topped expectations, despite reporting a wider loss than last year. U.S. Airways also posted a first quarter loss as higher fuel costs outweighed an increase in passenger revenue. U.S. Airways is rising more than 2% in early trading, and Delta is soaring nearly 6%.
Speaking of higher fuel costs, we continue to watch oil prices. They're holding steady around $112 a barrel after rising 2.5% last week as better than expected corporate earnings lifted hopes for increased economic activity. A weaker U.S. dollar has also sent commodities higher recently, and the greenback is losing more ground against the euro and Japanese yen today. That helped push gold to another all-time high yesterday. It's dropping back a bit today, but still holding above the $1,500 mark. On the economic front, a report from S&P and Case-Shiller showed that prices of homes in 20 major U.S. cities fell 1.1% in February. It's the seventh straight monthly decline, and prices have now dropped 3.3% over the past year.
Economists are also digesting a report on April consumer confidence today and looking forward to Thursday's reading of first quarter GDP. But the real focus is on Washington, where the Federal Reserve is beginning its two-day meeting on monetary policy. The central bank is likely to keep its ultra-accommodative stance in place. But Fed watchers are curious to see how Ben Bernanke responds to questions about inflation and further quantitative easing when he answers questions after the decision for the first time ever. And finally, Treasury Secretary Timothy Geithner is weighing in. He's pushing for a federal deficit target of 2.5% by 2015, which Republicans oppose. But Geithner said the deficit target needs to be, quote, scary, with an enforcement mechanism so that lawmakers are afraid to violate it. That's the latest from Weiss Research. Have a great trading day.